Now, despite extensive anti-corruption efforts in Nigeria, bribery and corruption persist due to societal norms and preferential treatment. Enforcement strategies, through resulting in convictions and arrests, have not significantly influenced citizens' behavior. Specifically, children showing a robust knowledge of corruption increased from 47.39% to 60.32%, and those pledging to counteract cheating behaviors rose to 21.5% to 24.68%. Therefore, a shift towards a more comprehensive approach combining preventive and punitive measures is required. This fomented a conversation in Abuja on Thursday at the event on anti-corruption education in Nigeria. Consilia Ewusi has more details.
Onyi, the founder and CEO of the Step Up Nigeria, speaking at the event today in Abuja, provided an insight into the sustainable development practices and the benefits of anti-corruption education and practices in Nigeria.
We've been able to raise champions. We've educated over 51,000 children, and from those 51,000 children, at least we know we have about 5,000 children actively resisting corrupt behaviors, challenging cheating in their classroom, encouraging their parents not to give bribes, so for me. And then we also have teachers as well, who we've trained to be able to teach children, in fun and creative ways around anti-corruption. We've trained over 800 teachers, and those teachers are also building a culture of integrity in their school. So in terms of the impact, what we've done is that we actually have people that are now actually challenging corrupt behavior. If you had seen in the event earlier, we've worked with first-time voters, where we've trained them to engage politicians, around service delivery. And so we are now having people who did not know that they could actually sit down with a politician. They thought they were not on the same level. But we've now brought up young people that can sit down with politicians, tell them that this is what we want. We don't want to sell our votes. We don't want money for votes. We actually want critical services. So we've had communities where transformers have been restored, built. They've had borehole, installed. This last election, despite all the challenges we are seeing with the election, there are actually some good things that have come out. They're small, so we still have a long way to go. The challenge is being able to expand what we are doing, because it requires a lot of resources and human, and that's why we are trying to see how we can get more people to join this fight. So in terms of the exam malpractice, it's something that we've known. The JAM case is just highlighting what we've always known. Step Up Nigeria has known that, and that's why we have a program called Integrity Certification Program to deal with all these miracle centers, but in an indirect way. So what we are trying to do, we're on a mission to build schools with a culture of integrity, where we'll get schools to have, code of conduct for teachers, students, parents, that stop them from giving bribes, and then focus on academic success rather than people cheating, to succeed. Rather than just focusing on the courts, and the anti-corruption agencies to get these people, punished. Why not let's prevent corruption from happening in the first place? I'm a strong believer in preventing corruption, which is why we have the Catch Them Young initiative, where we're instilling those values.
Other stakeholders also underscored the importance of anti-corruption education in Nigeria.
The legal system has to be tightened. But then, people like Step Up told us that, yes, it is good to look at the legal system, but you also have to look at the behavior and the norms and the attitude of our people as well. So we see the work that's being done by Step Up as complementary and a very important contribution to the fight against corruption. And I think what is very different and unique about the work that Step Up does is the whole idea of catch them young. So that, we all know that, young people, children, we all learn behaviors. No one is born corrupt. No one is born to hate another person. No one is born to be bad to other people. But these are all learned behaviors. And that's why this work, which means that if we are learning, we can also unlearn bad behavior. And that's why we're very excited, very happy that Step Up came up with this idea.
The way Step Up is working, catch them young, deal with this at the foundation, create behavioral change from the message that you put out. So what Step Up has been able to do is to actually identify the various audience groups for the message that it has, and then worked on innovative and creative ways to make sure that these messages are passed on. They're not only passed on, but that they're absorbed and they are creating the necessary change that we want to see. Children are learning and understanding what is right and what is wrong. They've also been able to, well, the other thing Step Up has done is to also look at topical issues that deal with corruption and try to point out how this corruption affects the society and individuals as a whole.
While enforcement offers immediate deterrence, anti-corruption education is a cost-effective approach that promotes integrity and deters corrupt behaviors. Both approaches are touted as the best ways to achieve a more effective anti-corruption strategy, equipping future generations to fight corruption and actively contribute to a more transparent society. From the nation's capital, Consilia Ewuze, KAFTAN TV News.